Hello and welcome everyone. This is Blackadder's Place, and well, today, as you can see and read on the text in here, we are of course going to be joining the Gwent, the Witcher card game closed beta. I have received the invitation quite some days ago already, but unfortunately didn't really have the time to look at it. But finally, it is here, and let's join in with all the fun that the Witcher card game can give us. I have already cast and being part of the Guild servers some month ago, or maybe even more, not exactly sure right about now. You can find the video on my YouTube, and well, this time it's going to be a continuation of a much more polished game, but still, it's still going to be better. So we can be expecting maybe some kind of bugs here and there, but hopefully it's not going to be anything bad, and I definitely hope that we are going to be enjoying the game quite a lot. Well, we have a bit of a text in here explaining what's going on, exactly that it's beta, still going to be some bugs, so that is definitely something to be presupposed. And well, of course, if you are going to be finding something that hasn't been reported yet, we are going to be letting the developers know so that they can make the game better for everybody after the beta closes. I guess let's just join in then. Alright, so I have already tested the game a bit before, or rather tested launching, so there were some tutorials that I will have to go through. Right now, I definitely hope that the others from shops and deck building are going to be there as well, but the first one was for learning the basics of the Gwent, and since I was not really having any experience before the Kill the servers, I haven't really played any time before, see and it's going to be a pretty good opportunity for learning about all the basics and also maybe something a bit more advanced about Gwent in here. This tutorial will help you get started and you'll get some free cards once you complete it. If you're in a hurry, you can skip it by pressing escape and return to it later from the main menu. I think that I actually even received the free keg. Yeah, you receive cards from a keg, so I guess let's just continue in here. Gwent is a game where two armies lock in mortal struggle on the field of battle. The goal is to win 2 rounds against your opponent, which is something I didn't know when I was playing the Kill the servers, and I of course fell prey to that. It's overextending myself in the first round, winning of course quite convincingly, but then getting owned in the next 2, so obviously losing the match overall. The grounds here, they are showing the progress towards victory. The top ground is your opponent's, the bottom is yours. You get half a crown each time you win a round and get both halves and you win the game. Total strength, yes, of your army. Whoever has more total strength at the end of a round wins and gets half a crown. As you can see, some cards have already been placed on the battlefield. These are units. Placing them on the battlefield increases your total strength, yeah. And all the units are having different lanes, or rather you can place them at different lanes, which means that they are going to be having different effects applied to them depending on what kind of cards you play. And your opponents as well, of course. Each player can only play 1 card per turn. Once this is done, it is the other player's turn. Your opponent will play first in this match. Alright. Each unit has an assigned position determining which row it can be played on. For example, the Fiend can only be played on the melee row. Alright, so some cards are also basically set on some kind of row. The Ren Warrior card can also be played, rather placed on the ranged row. And the Griffin only on the siege row. Okay. And you can tell which row a card can be played on by looking at the icons on the left side of the card. Yeah, so that's the crossbow, that's for the second one, I think, that's for the ranged, of course. The last one is for siege, so that's signified by a catapult, and the melee is just by a sword, so you have 2 melees and 1 into ranged. Play the Geralt card now. To do so, highlight it and double press enter, or use just the left button on the mouse to drag and drop it on the battlefield. That's, I think, preferable for me. That's what I used a bit before. Now we are Geralt, playing against the monster horde. And Geralt. Nice animation in there. Witcher, no ability. Just a pretty strong dude, so let's just place him in here. You have played the Geralt and his strength has been added to your total, so I had something. This means your total strength is now higher than your opponent's. Yeah, he has 21, I have 25. Puts up another one. Yeah, we might just as well put up another 8 in here. He puts another 7 and we drop Done better light cavalry to win the game, I think. Yeah, rather the round. He's out of cards, I'm as well. Which means that we both have passed, and you can actually pass even before you have used all the cards, so that's the tactical part in here, which probably is going to be shown to us a bit later. And basically the game from your part ends when you pass. When either of the player passes, the other one gets a reaction, I think. Or maybe depends on who plays first, who second. And then the round basically ends. And you need to be careful not to really pass in a bad moment for you. So congrats, your total strength is higher than your opponent's, meaning you've won your first battle. Alright. Good job, us. In this game you'll learn about advanced card mechanics and round dynamics. Yes. Okay, so we are going to be redrawing cards. Decoy special, return a non-gold unit on your side to your hand. That can sometimes be useful, especially when it's some kind of under some kind of malus effect, reducing its strength and whatnot. Commander's Horn. Choose a row on your side of the battlefield and double the strength of all non-gold units on it. Well, that's a strong one. Clear Skies. Remove all weather and return all affected units to their base strength. That's a pretty useful one, especially against, for example, Frost. That basically puts everything in a row to 1 or reduces by 1. Not really sure right now, but basically this is something like a silence in Hearthstone or something like that. All battles start with a mulligan, of course, everybody knows that. During this phase you can swap up to 3 cards you don't want in your hand during the next battle for new cards drawn from your deck. So that's pretty much standard in Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, literally anything. And let's start by swapping out Decoy, Commander's Horn and Clear Skies. Really? These are actually pretty sweet, all 3 of them. Especially Commander's Horn. And well, yeah, okay, let's just swap them. We go to Vernon Roche. Remove 5 strength from any opposing unit. It's not bad. That's a ballista as well. And we got what instead of it? Probably done Banner Light Cavalry or something. And Clear Skies is the last one. It's not even letting us discard another card. Seems, yeah. A good strategy is to open the round by playing a strong card. This way your opponent will have to play high strength cards to match your total. Play the Geralt card now. Yeah, because when you play something strong, you actually make your opponent think about committing. How he wants to commit, and really, it's not a bad strategy. Good idea, so let's do it exactly as they suppose, or rather suggest. Your opponent is about to play a card that musters more cards to the battlefield. This means all copies of this card in your opponent's deck will instantly appear on the battlefield. Yeah. You have seen this in Kill the Server, so at least I have seen this. Arachas, play all copies of this unit from your deck. Some units can deal damage to other units, reducing their strength. Play the Vernon Roche card now and choose which enemy unit to damage. Alright then.
The north, Tamara.
For example, the one in the middle. And if you reduce a unit's strength to 0, it is destroyed, send it to the graveyard. Alright. And he goes with basically the same thing, with Neckers. That's basically the same as Arachas, breedable. The same flavor for them. And play your remaining cards in any order. Okay. We are basically set up to win, it seems, so let's just spice it up a bit and go with Ballista, or what is its special effect? Remove 2 strength from an opposing non-gold unit. Yeah. Let's just keep it in case they have something a bit later in here. In the tutorial that could be helpful for us. Your opponent is about to play a special card, Scourge. This card destroys the strongest unit on the battlefield, so that's going to be Geralt. No, non-gold unit. Ah, okay. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's what they wanted to show us. As you can see, Scotch did not affect Geralt or Venom Rush. That's because those are gold cards. Gold cards are immune to most card abilities. You can recognize them by their gold borders. You definitely can. This would be a good time to pass. Your opponent will need to play many cards to eliminate your lead. If that happens, you will have a card advantage and be well positioned to win the remaining rounds. And that's exactly the trap I fell into in my first game ever when I played in the Kill the Servers. And yeah, let's see how he's programmed to do. Remember, losing a round does not mean you've lost the battle. You only need to win 2 out of 3 rounds. Pass by highlighting the coin and clicking the hold in, and clicking hold in the button or pressing and holding space. Once you pass, you can't play any more cards this round, while your opponent can continue to play as many as they want. Okay, so that's a bit different than what I was remembering a bit earlier. But really, you need to be pretty careful when you click pass, as you need to have a pretty good plan for the remaining rounds. If you are basically going to be giving up the round, you need to be sure that your opponent is going to be overcommitting, and you'll be able to win the remaining rounds, of course. Okay, so let's pass as they suggest. And he's going to die and going to beat us. Okay, so he has used quite a lot of cards in here. So of course we have lost in here, which means red is winning. And we now start another round. Your opponent won the previous round, so they start at the start of the deck, or at the second, sorry, at the start of the second round. Both players draw 2 cards from their deck. As you can see, you've got a significant lead over your opponent. They only have a few cards left, while you have many. And again, exactly how I screwed up in my first game ever. And continue playing and defeat your opponent. Yeah, it shouldn't be really all that tough. And we get this, and Seal the Tansarville. Remove 4 strength from an opposing non-gold unit. That seems to be a theme of this deck. Yeah, let's just put on a Redanian Knight then. Ooh. A Wyvern. Choose a non-gold unit on your opponent's side of the battlefield and remove 4 strength from it. That's basically the same in here. That's going to be useful to actually give for later, after he overcommits, so that we can have potentially an easier last round. That's nice. That's a nice detail. And actually, even in the tutorial, making for an illusion that actually the computer is choosing between the cards. That's fun. That's really a nice little idea. Nice little detail indeed.
Alert! To arms!
Arachas Behemoth. Spawn 1 Arachas unit whenever a friendly unit absorbs another unit's strength. Ah, interesting. So some combination with something.
Alert! To
Just put up another one then. And he has passed. Okay, so that means that we are going to be winning. Now we have more total strength than your opponent, who has just passed. There's no point in playing any more cards, of course. Remember, you must have some cards left to play in the last round. Pass now to win the round. Highlight the gun and click. Yeah. Can't really hold long enough. So we are winning the second round. So we are tied, and the final round is starting. You've now begun the third round, and that means both you and your opponent draw 1 card from your deck. So 2 in the second round and 1 in the last round, okay. Each of you has a half a crown, so whoever wins this round wins the game. Continue playing and defeat your opponent. Yeah, let's just start, of course. A Ren Warrior. Yeah, that sucks.
Alert! To arms!
So let's see what all you have in there. Blue Stripes Commando, what does it do? Add 2 strength to all your other copies of this unit, wherever they are. Yeah, well, don't really have it anymore, so useless, of course. And he has passed, which means that we have actually won. You now have more total strength than your opponent. You can play your remaining cards or pass. Either way you'll win the round, because your opponent has passed and cannot increase their strength. Yeah, let's just play everything then. Let's just make it pretty bad for him.
I've no interest in politics.
Yeah. Huh? You have even killed him. Nice. Let's make it as brutally win as possible. Okay, so in the end, even though we have lost the first round, we are winning the match. So let's continue, and what's going to be the next tutorial in here? Is there something else to show us?
Dead as a creaser.
Right in.
Attack!
We are going to be playing as this. Use what you learned in the previous match and swap out cards you don't want to use in this battle. When you are satisfied with your cards, press escape to start the game. Okay, so that's going to be a game where we are going to be playing for us. And we can choose between all the cards in our hand, of course. Alright, so poor infantry. Spawn one exact copy of this unit. Spawning cards aren't all that bad. I'm going to keep both of them. But we are going to redraw one of the cavalries in here into Geralt. That's a nice one. But we don't have really any synergies for those, so I'm probably going to remove it. Because still, yeah, this is much better. And since we are playing against the undead guy, or whoever it is, and I remember from Kill the Servers that he's having frost, like basically killing your whole line, I probably don't want to spam all that much against him, so yeah, goodbye poor infantry. This game you'll learn how to use leaders, but let's start by playing a unit, and leaders are... Okay, so these are the one-use cards in here, pretty strong ones. Eredin from Wild Hunt and Fall Test on our side. Spawn an exact copy of a friendly bronze unit. That could be pretty nice to spawn. I think this is a bronze unit, right? Seeing how it's gonna brown or bronze around, so probably yeah. And we are going to be starting strong, exactly as they actually learned us to do. They're actually wanting us to play this. Okay. And he actually did play him right off the bat. Your opponent has used his leader. Leaders can only be used once per game. Using a leader ends your turn just like playing a card. Alright. Use your leader's ability. Drag your leader card onto the battlefield using mouse. Press X or highlight your leader card and press to do that now. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to be putting another one of this. Your opponent is about to play a weather card. We have talked about it a bit earlier with the frost and such. These cards reduce the strength of all units on a row to minimum. They affect both sides of the battlefield, meaning both you and your opponent will feel their consequences. But if I remember correctly, this guy does have some buffs and units that actually are useful, or rather taking use of that. Making use of that. Weather cards are usually used when your opponent has significantly more strength than you on a specific row. Remember, like most cards, they don't affect gold units such as Geralt. Yeah, that's good to know. You can remove the negative effects of feather cards by playing the Clear Skies card, which was just added to your hand. Do that now. Okay. So everybody's thought. Commander's Horn card has just been added to your hand. You can place it on any row to double the strength of all non-gold units on that row. Play the Commander's Horn card now. Yeah, with the 8/8s in here, that's definitely a pretty good one. That's nice. And he has chosen to pass the round, so yeah, he doesn't want to extend anything extra. Which is not really anything unexpected, because he is at 18, I'm at 32. So it would take him a lot of cards to overcome this, and of course, that wouldn't really put it in a good position for the next rounds. As you can see, you now have a significant lead over your opponent. You can now pass and win the round. So that's exactly what we will do. Now you know the basics. Continue playing to find out more about the game, the tactics you can set in motion and the foes you will face. With each battle, you will gain experience and hone your skills. Use that knowledge to bring your enemies to their knees. Good luck and have fun! Okay, so that seems like this is it for the tutorial. We'll be finishing with it and then going to have a look a bit around, it seems like. Alright, so let's continue. Yeah, let's play Geralt right off the bat. Strong guy. Let's see how he develops. Okay, with Arachas, he has just 2. That's interesting. He has to play right about now because we are leading. So he has to put up as many cards as he can. So I can just basically overpower him just about now.
Alert! To arms!
Can just put up cards and wait for the moment where he cannot put up anything more. We still have cleared the skies, so if he has something bad, it wouldn't really be all that problematic. But he played... do we actually see played cards somewhere in here? Actually, we don't. Huh. I wanted to see actually what does it do? Not exactly sure what rain does. We have of course cleared the skies, so we can get rid of it, but so far it's kinda useless. Let's put up another dude in here. Yeah, this is something definitely missing. Here, the used cards, god damn it. Well, he has made this, so that was some kind of mist or anything, so we are kinda aiming to play Kill the Skies sometime soon. As he play copies of this unit from your deck. Neckers. A different neckers, it seems. Yeah. A bit different neckers.
The north, to Mary.
A Rapid Wolf. Okay, so he's running out of options, of course. Well, you kinda are as well. And here's a strong guy, Fiend.
My studies are more important than this.
Oh, short. That's 9 guy. Of course, going to double everything in here onto 56. And he has this guy, and we are going to clear the sky to remove all the negative effects, I think. Yep, absolutely all of them. So we are up to 81. He's of course 28, and he is going to lose. So that's the tutorial battle won for us in just 2 rounds, and that should be pretty much it for it then. Congratulations, you've completed the tutorial. Now that you've mastered the basics, you're ready to test your mettle against other players. Good luck and have fun. Ah, good. I was slightly afraid that when I actually clicked those tutorials off to set up my game for the streaming, I'm going to be losing them, but luckily that's not the case, and yes, this is exactly what I want to see. So let's continue with the deck building tutorial. Welcome to the main menu. From here you can access all the different areas of the game. In the next tutorial you'll learn how the deck builder works. Highlight the deck builder button and click or press enter to continue. Welcome to the deck builder tutorial. Here you can put together new decks or modify existing decks by adding or removing cards. Highlight the new deck button and click on it. Alright, so there are some pre-selected decks it seems. Skellige starter deck and Northern Realms starter deck. So we are probably going to be creating something new. Alright, so cards in Gwent are divided into factions. Each faction has unique cards which only it can use. Pick a faction and click or press to continue. Alright. Alright then, so Nilfgaard coming soon, not really ready yet. So what are we going to choose? Monstrous, keep random neutral, or monstrous unit on your side of the battlefield at the end of each round. Okay, so that's what they are all about. Northern Realms. Whenever a gold unit appears on your side of the battlefield, add 2 to its strength. Interesting. Scoia'tael, probably. Scoia'tael. Going to be pronounced. For example, at the beginning of one round per match, you can choose who plays first. Huh. Interesting. That's not actually as low advantage, or rather a small advantage as you might think. For example, in Hearthstone, it's a really significant difference if you start first or second in overall the win percentage and such. So it's not really that insignificant advantage as it could look on the first sight, or at first sight. And Skellige, at the end of each round, add 1 strength to the original value of every unit in your hand, deck and graveyard. Huh, that's funny. I would be expecting that you're not really going to get all that many strong monsters in there, so let's just start with monsters. That seems like kind of the easiest. Highlight the leader you want to use in this deck and press, of course, nobody else then added in here. And this is your card collection. All the cards you've collected are shown here. You can use the card filters to display only specific types of cards. Yeah. And this is your deck. You can add cards from your collection or move cards you don't want back to your collection. Alright. Now let's add a card from your collection to your deck. Do so by dragging a card to your deck or highlighting a card and pressing enter. So how many cards do we actually have? Oh, I didn't want to really press that. But apparently we did. To speed things up, this time we'll fill out the remainder of the deck for you. Usually though, you'll choose all the cards for the deck yourself, of course. So we have chosen this dude, not exactly sure what he does. Wow, so many cards for us. Oh, literally so many. That's not bad. And a lot of cards to get orientated in. Yeah. Okay, so they have really sped things up in here. And now let's remove a card from your deck. To do so, drag a card from your deck to your collection or highlight a card in your deck and press enter. So it's going to be a removal. Okay. This is the card counter. It helps you construct a valid deck and shows you the deck limitations. 26 total, min 25, max 40. 3 silver cards, 6 max, and gold cards max 4, and I have just 1. Alright. Now that you've constructed a valid deck, press escape to leave this screen and save your deck. Tutorial complete. That covers all the deck builder's basics. Feel free to experiment with different cards and decks. Remember, you can always come back and modify any of your decks. Press escape to leave. Yeah, okay, so it's going to be pretty much standard as in any game, but we're going to have to figure out what is useful and what works in the game overall. There's probably going to be some kind of way to rename it, I guess. But this is another tutorial done, and we're going to continue in with shop tutorial. Yes, I want all the tutorials in here. So the next tutorial will explain how the shop works. Highlight the shop button and click. Purchase kegs of cards.
Cheapest barrels in this land.
Welcome to the shop. Welcome to the shop. Here you can buy various in-game items, most importantly, new cards.
Not of all day. Shop must stack glitter rocks.
Okay, so that's
Pokey rock.
$3 for double kegs with cards. Then it goes all the way up to $70 for 60 kegs. And 100 of, I guess there's going to be some in-game currency. And I can buy it. For example, basically the same as in Hearthstone. You also for 100 gold you can buy a pack, and this is going to be something similar. You obtain new cards by buying kegs and opening them. Okay. You've already got one keg. Open it to see what's inside. To do so. To do so, press space.
Ooh, we make smash.
Okay, so let's go for it.
Pokey rock.
Some cool animation. Ta-da! First, yeah, Shunfeng. That's so silly. 4 cards that came in your keg. Flip them over to see what you get. Highlight each card in turn and click. Alright, so we got one for our monster, one for Skellige if I remember correctly, and for northern provinces we got 2. Oh, Manticore, that's a nice one.
Goody.
Oh, that's different. Yellows, and this is a blue one. So I guess this is a bit more important because he said goody. So it seems like we are getting pretty good cards in here. And Queen's Guard is play a copies of this unit from your graveyard and add 1 strength to your copy of Ceres wherever she is. Alright, so that's going to be some kind of synergy. Card named Ceres, not exactly sure who she is. Yeah, sorry about that, I haven't played Witcher. So I don't really know all that much more than Geralt, Ciri and all the basics. I have seen actually the Polish TV series that was filmed some, I don't know, maybe that's even 10 years back sometime. I've seen that, so I do know some basics. And from everything that is floating around in the community. And that's a nice one. We have seen that in the tutorial, that was a pretty nice one. And Reinforced Ballista. Whenever a new gold card appears on your side, remove 1 strength from a random opposing non-gold unit. That's actually pretty nice. Sorry. That's really nice indeed. Not a bad pack. Cool. Cool indeed.
Now for more.
And we get a 5th, it seems like. Next you choose one of 3 cards. The card you choose will go to your collection, while the others will be destroyed. To make your choice, highlight a card. Okay, so we are getting 4 from the keg, and then the last one is coming in. Actually from a selection. That's an interesting mechanism. Okay, so first is Mahakam Guard. They are all 3 blue, it seems. So blue is actually better than white, it seems. Yeah, kinda makes sense, but wasn't really sure in the first window. But right now I am. And choose 1 non-gold unit on your side of the battlefield and add 5 strength to it. So basically that's an 8. Okay, that's interesting. Svanrige is draw 1 card and discard 1 card from your hand. And card draw is always useful, but... yeah, card draw is always useful. That shouldn't be underestimated at all. And the last one, Kedwen is siege support. Add 3 strength to 2 friendly non-gold units. I'm going to go for this middle guy, because drawing cards is usually, or rather cycling through your deck is usually pretty useful. Yes. So that's our pack that we have gotten from all this. Congratulations. The new cards have been added to your collection. You can head to the deck builder at any point to use them in your decks. Press escape to return to the shop. Alright. Congrats, you finished the tutorial and now you can play games against other players, either using pre-made decks or ones you built yourself in deck builder. Okay, so that's all 3 tutorials done. And we are going to be heading into some actual games. Let's see about that. I'm right now thinking that first I'm going to be playing with some preset ones. I'm just going to show you around a bit more. So you have seen the play start with casual match, friend match, practice and tutorial. Then cards with deck builder and collection. Have you actually seen collection? I don't think that we have. Let's go there. Welcome to the card collection. You can use this menu to preview the cards available in Gwent and craft ones you don't have using scraps. After reaching level 3, you will also get the ability to mill unwanted cards. That's pretty much standard. Okay, so this is how the collection looks. All factions, neutral monsters, that's basically as you would expect. It's going to be a switch between... Oh, it's also on bronze, silver, and gold. So we have just one gold Geralt in here. As Borg, 3 Jackdaws, Triss, Marigold. Ah, I actually liked her in the board game. The electronic version of the board game that I was in close beta as well. I played quite a lot of it. That was a pretty fun game. And Triss wasn't how bad as a sorcerer in there. But Geralt was much stronger. And I've also played with Zoltan, I think that he was in there as well. Besides, of course, Geralt. So there are like 2 Geralts? Huh, you can probably have 2 Geralts or something, not exactly sure. Why is it in double in here? Maybe there's some kind of purpose to it. Yeah, well, you're going to be seen a bit later. And how do we get back? Ah, here. Yeah, that was a bit more back than I wanted. So how do we actually go back from there? Ooh, that's a lot of filters. That's a lot of filters in here. Bronze, okay. That's actually the actual opposite of what Hearthstone is. Because in Hearthstone you have basically the most limited options that you can have. With the premise that people are completely stupid and are unable to even have more like 9 decks and such. Of course, right now there is at least 18, but still. Yeah, the thought was kind of interesting from Blizzard in there, but still. It's quite nicely useful in there, and in here they are going with basically the opposite approach of giving you as many options as basically are possible. Yeah, you can see all the melees in here with Wild Hunt Warrior, Ghoul and whatnot. Ghoul. You can choose literally anything in here. All factions. It's kinda weird that I cannot really go back. Those filters. That I cannot go back to a general theme, it seems. Yeah, there's no clicking into anything back. Maybe escape? No, it's all the way out. So I have quite a lot of cards for all of them. Northern Realms, so they are kind of thinking that once you are clicked in, you don't really need to go back on the left, you are just going to be using the top row. Yeah, which is reasonable, but still. It's kind of not intuitive all that much, so I would like for there, for example, by clicking on this symbol, on the logo, that seems like pretty much the normal placement where you would click to go back. That would be a pretty good one. to put a link to go back to the original screen. But when we click into the detail of the card, you can see, for example, on the River Scout in here, that you are going to get a bit higher or rather bigger version, enlarged, with extra information or rather all the information that it has. Choose a friendly bronze unit and play a copy of it from your deck. Ranged, loyal and strength. I haven't had much luck with monsters of late, so we enlist it. Okay. And there's somebody losing a hand in here. Well, tough luck. Field medic, stitch red to red, white to white, and everything will be alright. Nice flavor. Resurrect a random non-gold unit. Well, that's not half bad. Especially with 3 strength, that's not also kinda weak. But it would cost us 80 something, 80 currency. Not exactly sure how it is called, this currency. But I guess we'll learn soon enough, and that's pretty much it, it seems, for the collection in here. Okay, so let's go back. And what else can we see here? In the shop, we have seen the shop and open kegs, so yeah, that was that. We have one keg still unopened, but I'm going to be leaving it for later. And in the options, we have just settings so far. Graphics quality at 4K. Yeah, we can handle that right about now. A resolution at 1920 to 1080. Enabled full screen, of course, one display. And general, yeah, there's not much. English. And enabled vibration. Yeah, that's not really going to do a whole lot to me, obviously, since I am in, or rather on PC, so I don't really have all that much of a vibration in here. Francais, Polski, Portuguese, Brasileiro, Russian, Russian, not sure, Deutsch, and English. Okay, a lot of languages, interesting ones. But I'm of course going to be sticking with English, so let's go back. And we are looking like to be ready to start. We are still at level 1 as Blackadder, and probably a casual match. Practice against an AI. Let's just go with everything in here. When we are starting the first one, and we are going to be trying the Eredin's deck, the one that they have actually pre-selected for us. But I don't remember what all cards I am having in there. So let's have a look at that first. We have Wild Hunt Rider. All copies from your deck into this. And remove from battlefield, create and play 2 lesser golem units. Interesting. Double Fiend, 1 prize winning cow. Spawn 1 short unit. Yeah, that's the strong guy with like 10 attack or something. Geralt, Foglet. Whenever a fog effect appears on the battlefield, play this unit from your deck or graveyard and add 1 strength to it. Oh, that's interesting. If the fog effect is removed, destroy this unit. Fog effects do not reduce this unit's strength. That's an interesting mechanism, actually. That can draw extra cards that I don't have in hand, and this basically means there's going to be a strategy of having something fog casting, and those dudes, remove them from hand on mulligan and have them in graveyard, basically putting them up for free and as an extra card. So that's something really interesting to think about. Arachas, we have seen that. Ren Warrior as well. Arachas Behemoth also, with Manticore of course. And then we have some spells. Alzur's Thunder. Remove 6 strength. Clear skies of course. Impenetrable fog. So that's of course with the foglets. Epidemic. Destroy the weakest non-gold unit on the battlefield. This is basically, it seems kinda useless at this point, but it isn't, because it gets rid of some kind of card that gives us extra buff to the line, for example. In that case it is pretty useful, so let's keep it. Scorch, of course. Thunderbolt Potion. Choose a non-gold unit on the battlefield and add 4 strength to all copies of it on the same side. If the unit is a Witcher at 6 strength. Well, that's not bad. And Monster Nest, create and play a copy of all breedable units on your side of the battlefield. How many breedables do we have? Arachas? Just Arachas, it seems. Well, I guess. Let's try to play with this deck in a practice.
You've got the heart of an uncrate.
Crutch and crate. Alright, and in Mulligan. So what do we remove? Exactly Foglets. You don't really want them. Manticore, Geralt, Poisoning Cow. That's all pretty sweet. That's okay. Yeah, this guy's can have just one of that. Now the Arachas, not really. Just keep him in the graveyard and put him up from there.
Damn it.
I exactly haven't noticed what we got instead of it. Probably second Wild Hunt Rider, if I saw correctly. We start with Geralt. I guess let's copy it.
Let's get this over with.
Let's play it the same. Goes for light long ship, immune to rain effects. Yeah, that's not a problem. I don't exactly want to overcommit all that much. Play all copies of this unit from your deck. That didn't really happen, did it? That's some kind of bug, unfortunately. Well, that sucks. Play all copies of this unit from your deck, immune to frost effects. Yeah, that definitely should have happened. Should have played both of them. Well, that puts us in a pretty tough situation, and Clan Heimei Skald. Add 2 strength to all other non-gold units on draw. That's nicely played. Well, I'm going to try and make him overcommit with some strong units. I don't really want to use the Manticore yet. Together with Eredin, who is also a 10 attack card, basically. So he has put up Clan Tuir Siege Skirmishers and played from the graveyard at 4 to this unit's original strength. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Underworld Potion Arachas. There's a combination, of course, with this one. And what was it? The Epidemic. You could also get it away for the short unit in here. What to do? I want to keep you in case I draw into what I want in the next round. 624. It's kinda screwed already. Going pass. This round wasn't really going anywhere, and I was keeping pretty good cards. So Geralt is left on the battlefield, which is definitely a pretty nice, useful card, and god damn it, didn't want Foglet. Didn't want Foglet at all. But right now we have to win. We have an advantage with this dude. Let's just play Arachas in here. Yeah, right now we played correctly.
Kill! Maim! Destroy!
Young Berserker. Transform into Young Bear if this unit's strength is reduced below its original value, but it is not destroyed. And I'm kinda guessing that the bear is going to be having a bit more attack than this. So that's probably not advisable all that much to really reduce its capabilities. From your deck or graveyard, so let's just play it right about now. You want him to commit with something strong. Now the dude like this, that's not really strong enough. I'm going to want to keep Manticore with Fiend and such for the next round. I want him to commit a bit more. Non-gold unit on the battlefield, alright. Yeah, whatever. For example, on this dude. And he goes with a Kawi, so he has the same as I. Fog, clear skies, Alzur's Thunder, remove 6 strength from one non-gold unit. Well, I probably have to play Fiend right about now. I don't have much of a choice in here, and I need to make him somehow commit. Choose a non-gold unit on the battlefield and remove 3 strength. Alright, so let's just do this, I guess. Because he needs to play, and he has passed, so we are pretty much fine, and of course we don't need to play anything else. We have won the round, so it's 1-1. And this guy stays alive. Well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping that he would actually die. That's a shame. And I would call him up through the fog. So he goes with short, I go with Manticore.
Billion barrels of permanent pitch.
Glan Dordaroch Shieldsmith. Choose a non-gold unit on your side of the battlefield and add 4 strength to its original value. Yeah, well. Let's play the Kawi. What did he just do? Warcry? And it did what? I don't see it did anything. Weird. Well, anyway. 7 attack up. So what kind of cards are we hitting? Oh, clear skies. Yeah! Impenetrable fog is though coming in. And we get one of those dudes in here. Yeah, we get little on here, but still it doesn't really matter all that much. And he has played another card in here.
Any last words?
We get to play our dude and he gets to play his dude, or does he have something in there? No, he has passed, so we have won. And we might just as well also clear the skies. We would be losing 2 of those. Oh, this was 7, right? So you'll be losing 6, 8 to gain 6. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, so let's just close it like this into the victory. Nice. So that's the first win. Against an AI at least. Against an AI at least, and we'll be continuing with a casual match then, I think. With the same deck. The decks seem to be pretty decent, at least against an AI. Dishkstra. Dishkstra. God damn it, those are tough names to pronounce. Nice flavor indeed.
For Skellige's glory!
Laguna is going to be against us. The same hero that we have played just against an AI, and we are ready. Alright. So, Alzur's Thunder, yes. Clear Skies, Impenetrable Fog, yes. Foglets, no. Either of those. Geralt Fiend, oh, that's sweet. And we have Cow, and we have Epidemic. So that's obviously the combo for short. Arachas Behemoth. Oh, yeah, this is sweet. Yeah, this is pretty sweet indeed. We have hidden the cards, and how do we show them? Here it is. Okay. Finish a drawing, right click. Yes, accept. The rest also okay. So we are going to be starting exactly as in the tutorial,
Any last words?
as they showed us.
Crackety ghoulies. Looky here.
Can't really talk to him or anything, some emote or such, and he played... Okay, so he played just this. We have two of them. Let's see if it works right now. Yeah, it worked fine. So it was just some kind of bug that it actually doesn't put from the deck.
Come on.
Or rather, I would be expecting from the deck as from everything, even in hand. And apparently it means the deck is really just from the deck. So from here. Not even from graveyard and not even from hand. Okay, so that's one to remember for me. He has played the Shieldsmith +4. I have kinda strong cards in here that I don't really want to play. You will have to play 2 extras. I think I'm going to pass in here. I don't really like how this is going for me. I would be just wasting basically strong cards in here. So I want him to play some strong cards. Yeah, exactly like this. We got stuck with Wild Hunt Rider. We have gone better. And these are very good additions for us. Strong Warrior in here. Yes, Kawi. To which we play Fiend. He's probably having an Epidemic, I would be guessing. The same as me. Wow, Lacerate. That hurt. What did it do? It dealt the history of the cards he's really missing in here. Shame. Can't really use it. But he killed the 3-1 and dealt 3 in here, so that's like 3 to, I don't know, maybe whole row or something, not sure. Let's play the cow as well. Geralt in here. Alright, so things getting a bit interesting. And I can keep the Epidemic because right about now we are basically blocking his own Epidemic. So that's useful, of course. Choose 3 non-gold units on the battlefield and remove 2 strength from them. Okay, so we got the free chart. That definitely helped to keep things in perspective. And we're getting a bit up there. He has passed, so he's basically given up on the round. Which he will of course do as well. He'll be deciding in the last one. Okay, we are keeping this guy. Oh, he's keeping short. Well, that sucks. Oh my. So we actually get him even when the round ends. Okay, so that's interesting to know. That when the Kawi goes into graveyard after the end of the round, you are actually going to get the chart next round. Alright, so that's how you play it. You have the combination with Epidemic, but also that other possibility. Friendly unit absorbs another unit's strength. Right, let's play another guy. It's a last round, so we'll have to play everything anyway.
Olga Blackhand's taking on new swabbies. What do you say?
From your deck to your... Discard all copies of this unit from your deck to your graveyard, immune to fog effects. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. He's basically... I'm kinda thinking that he's waiting for clear skies in there. That he does have them. going to Scorch the short because he's really annoying there. It's not like he's gonna get anything much stronger in there. Yeah, of course. Spawn one Arachas whenever a friendly unit absorbs another unit's strength. Yeah, that. Of course. Clan Uncaged Warrior. Remove 2 strength from this unit. Interesting. Oh, this is good, because you can remove 10 from him and just 5 from us. Well, in combination with Impenetrable Fog. Oh yeah, this is going to get played. This is going to get played.
Bow before modern Freya.
Opponent is choosing which card to resurrect. So what are you going to resurrect? Well, we'll be guessing this dude. Or this guy. Oh. Yeah, because he gets from the graveyard. Oh my. How does he get into so much? How did he get 11? Because he started at like 3 or 4. What the hell? Was that something from the card? Probably. But really, that sucks kinda big time, doesn't it? Well, there's not much written around here, is there?
Bow before modern Freya.
Out with the crowns. Come on, quick now.
Wow! Some pretty good combinations for him in there, aren't there?
You shall die, world.
And we are pretty much dead, because I don't see how we can turn this around. Oh my! Especially with this kind of combination of cards, well... So that's the first casualty going not on our side. Yep. And we're going to clear this guy as well. So that was a much better deck on his hand. So of course we basically had no chance, I think. Send good game? Yeah, why not? Spoils of War, so what do we get for this battle? 5 times ore. Yeah, that's like 5 gold in Hearthstone. Thanks to your opponent Blagonite, you received an additional reward, 5 times ore. Okay, so it seems like that if you actually give good game, you are basically giving your opponent extra ore. So yeah, that's pretty nice motivation actually to be at least sending the GG, which is the basic good mannerism that you can do in a game. And even though I wanted to really finish with just the preset decks and go for custom decks, in the next session that I'm going to be playing in the following days, it's almost looking like that I will actually have to go for my own deck, as the one preset is not really all that great. Right now we are against Neljan. I'm going to try once again. If it's going to be basically the same disaster as last time around, I'm of course going to be switching into something else. Foglet here again can go. Impenetrable Fog times 2 as well. Nice Geralt. Arachas can also go into Golem. That's a nice one. So, let's just start yet again. Pretty strong one. Sarah at 4 strength to his unit each time weather is spawned. Or Clear Skies card is played. Interesting. Interesting combination right there. Interesting. So he goes, yeah, he's basically waiting for frost. Pretty sure of it. He's going to be killing everything in my first row. But I do have clear skies. So there is still a pretty good chance. I'm going to play a Ren Warrior right about now at the back. To make him commit a bit more. The Rauner. Yeah, I want him actually to commit to the front row, so let's go and play another golem. I really want him to cast the frost or something, so that I can counter it. Then he goes with the Neckers. So he's up a bite too. I'm getting out of minions. This is not really good at all. This is not looking good at all. Another Necker is not strong enough. Going to be left with those cards. And he is probably going to be winning, so I'm just going to pass this. And let's see what he plays as the last card to win. Archas Behemoth, alright. So we have let him win the first round. Let's see if we're gonna get something good for the next one. Yeah, we get Monster's ability triggered in here, nice to see. And we got Manticore. That's not half bad, together with Wild Hunt Rider. And he got to keep this useless guy. Kinda sucks for him. $16.10, that's still good enough for us. Going to be playing Kawi, of course, for the short for the next round.
I'd be your best.
He's right now leading because of Crone VS. Playing all Crone units from your deck, he has double of them. The other is Vispas. How do we get rid of those? How do we get rid of those? Just play Arax then. Okay, so he has passed, so he's giving up the round. Which means that, what do we do? We're gonna get 3, okay, we're gonna get all of them, but unfortunately we wouldn't be having any kind of minion. Create a play copy of all breedable units on your side of the battlefield. Yeah. Yeah, so that's that, because we don't have any breedables for the next round. So we have, of course, won this round, and we should be getting short and 2 1-1s from there. Or we didn't! Oh my, the cow actually survived this. Oh, that's horrible. Oh man, that sucks. God damn it. And here I was hoping that I was gonna get lucky. That's a good one.
Sucking me last
Another crown. US.
Any last words?
Oh, that's a lot of wolfies. And I have them as well. Huh, spawn fog and spawn 3 rabbit wolf units. Alright. So how does this go? Penetrable fog. 1 non-gold units on both range throws to 1. If we clear the sky now... Huh. We're probably gonna do much about it, I think. So he has won by 3. Well, nicely played. Nicely played. That was actually a very nice game in the end. Yes, and GG. That was quite close indeed. And we get yet again 5R for this, and this was close, but we are gonna have to make some deck of our own. So let's just go for deck building. And I'm going to make something for monsters, something a bit better read in, of course, and we are getting some extra cards in there. So, Commander's Horn, most definitely, because that's pretty powerful. Overall, Clear Skies need to go in there as well. Adrenaline Rush. Choose a non-gold unit to keep it on the battlefield at the end of this round. Interesting. 1 Scorch cannot hurt. Biting Frost. I'm probably not going to use that all that much. Also Thunder. Well, let's see. Swallow Potion. Add 8 strength to non-gold unit or 12 strength to Witcher unit. That's actually pretty decent. Torrential Rain. Set the strength of all non-gold units on both melee rows to 1. Interesting. Double the strength of all your weakened non-gold units. Ah, so that's what Warcry does. Is interesting for the spawners in there. Like Arach 1, 2. Yeah, those spawners are useful. With Lacerate, choose a row and remove 3 strength from all non-gold units on it. That's pretty powerful indeed. Pretty powerful indeed. Cool. Remove a random unit in either graveyard from the game and add its strength to this unit. That's actually not half bad. Because that can help us against decks that, like we have seen last game or the game before, where he was getting something from the graveyard and we could really remove something powerful from there. So that's a good one. Okay, so that's a destruction. Some weaker units. Golem, interesting, Ancient Foglet. Fog effects do not harm this unit, but instead add 1 to its strength at the start of your turn while present. But instead add 1 to its strength at the start of your turn. Oh! That's interesting. Okay, so there is a combo brewing for me. Foglets as well. Come on. Foglets, and where is the fog? Here is the fog times 2. Because you're gonna need it a bit more reliably. Yeah, Geralt is of course coming up as well. Where did he go? You have moved him somewhere, or... Ah, you have actually switched in here. You have switched the filter. Okay, so that's where he went. Yeah, Geralt is a must-have. Manticore as well. These double strong guys also, and these also. Then... Gaui? Yeah, it's kinda useful in limiting, or rather in making sure that your opponent cannot really use his, or that he cannot use something like the epidemic and such. This guy's once adrenaline rush. It's a really interesting spell. So let's add it in, and we are going to be playing with 25 because you don't want all that much more. When you have more cards, there are limited options, or rather limited chances that you are going to draw exactly what you want. But it can become useful when you have some combinations like from the Foglets or the Arachas and, what is it, the first one, Wild Hunt Rider, that you can actually draw a bit more of them. So in that case, it could be useful, but right about now I think this is going to be pretty much it. And it's going to be my first deck. Okay, so that's my first deck right there. Save and exit. And let's play. Casual match first. And let's see how good a deck have we actually put together.
You shall die, world.
And we are against another Eredin.
Any last words?
No, no. Okay. Ancient Foglet. That's a good one. Nice ones, nice ones. Pretty sweet combinations. It's not half bad. It's not half bad, and there is some kind of chance. And we could be doing well in here. Goes with Strong Fiend. Yeah, so we're going to mimic it. I'm going to play this, and then we have the Monstrous Nest. Now let's see if maybe he overcommits or something. Oh well, he is most definitely aiming there. He is aiming into overcommitting quite badly. So let's see if we can make him overcommit even more. Thunderbolt Potion. Oh well. He's strongly committing in here. I guess we might just as well leave him be. Cast Adrenaline Rush, or... Yeah, there's not much point. I'm just going to cast Adrenaline Rush in here. To keep him for the next round. Yeah, I'm gonna give you this round. So let's see how much he's interested in here. Oh yeah. So he has passed, and now we have potentially a chance to even maybe win this round. He can play... What to do? What to do? Do we want to do it? Let's stand 20. We can get up in there. but wasting a lot of cards in here. No, we don't want that. Let's give in the first round. He has committed quite a lot of strong monsters in there, so he shouldn't be having all of them, all that many of them left. And we have got the fork. Oh yeah. Okay. So maybe some kind of scorch on your side. Could be something that could really help you in this situation. He's coming with Earth Elemental. Yeah. Well, of course you're gonna play Fog right about now. To get some extras for the Ancient Foglet. But let's see if he has cleared the skies. If he has, it's going to be a bit of a shame, but he probably does. Opponent is choosing which card to move to graveyard. Arachas. Right. And we're getting high on attack in here.
Not your lucky day.
Get out. Ah, this is sweet. Ancient Foglet in here. Oh yeah, and I still have Swallow Potion in here. Okay. So we are still well in range. Yes, him as well.
You shall die, worm.
Going to be playing him as well, of course.
You shall die, worm.
And we don't really have any Witcher or anything in here, right? So that's +8, and how do we play it? I'm just going to be waiting in here a bit. Because I need the Ancient Foglet to gather as much from the fog as he can. Yeah, he just now recognized what's going to happen. And he has one, unfortunately. Yeah, he had a Scorch in there, which I didn't, so that's pretty much it. And that's it. Well, he did have a bit more stronger monsters than I did have, especially in Geralt, that definitely helped him, so that didn't go all that well. But still, let's see. This deck didn't really do all that badly, rather all that bad. But it's looking like that I need to mulligan a bit better. That I didn't really mulligan all that well. I need to do better on that front.
You've got the heart of an uncrate.
Against Fabled Orphan Krachan Crate.
Die, worm.
Alright. Penetrable Fog, yes. Foglet, no. Oh yeah. Or rather, yeah, didn't really want that. So the combination, but Manticore is a nice one. Arachas also. Price Winning Cow can go. We have a pretty decent start right about now in there. Yes, let's start strong here again.
Nothing like some overseas plundering in springtime.
Yeah, he's going to be wanting to actually put him out rather up from the graveyard. I don't really want to play that all that much. Or maybe I do. Maybe I do, because it's not really all that much above him, so he might still be wanting to commit to this battle, hoping that he can win.
Billion barrels of burning pitch.
He goes so with a boat, which means we get with Wild Hunt Rider. Before we draw into it, and it's kinda useless.
I promise you a quick death.
Clan Brockwar Hunter. So we are still at 4, so there is still some kind of a chance. And you can go with Commander's Horn to this row. The strength double. That's kinda useless though. I just play another one in here. It's looking like that he wants to commit to this battle. Oh yeah, he wants to commit. He wants to commit quite a lot. So let's see how you like this. I'll be expecting that's going to be pretty much it. Hahaha. Yeah, that's not enough. But he is making it quite interesting, because I don't know what to play right about now. If you want to end this or not. You'll have to play another card, so I'm gonna give it to him. Let's see what you play.
Hey, listen here. Listen well.
Yep, that's a pretty nice one to get rid of in here. Clan Heimei Scald. And we keep the Fiend. That's definitely nice to see. Get Foglet. That's not what you wanted. But we also get Cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah. Something with 8. That wasn't half bad. Goalie, goalie. You got something from my graveyard, from his. I hope that is the guy that gets +4 when he's summoned from the graveyard. Yeah, exactly. This dude. Fortunately, he still has him, so there's going to be a lot of attack from him in there. Let's see if you have enough push for this. That's not ideal, obviously. I kinda like to keep the Foglets and the Ancient Foglet for the last round. He has passed, so that's it. And this round is ours then. And we get to keep this dude. Oh, that's a nice bonus. And we get Clear the Skies. Well, that could have been useful last time around. Not really this time. Oof, well, yeah, that sucks. But of course, we have to play this dude.
Coming to get ya.
Yep, this guy is pretty strong indeed, but he's not gonna get away. Not gonna go away at all. And I will play Clear the Skies now, because I want to keep this as the last resort, depending on what he has in there. Okay, and we have won. Good job. Good job. GG. GG, and that's a win. I think the first one in here. Definitely good to see in the friendly casual battles against Fabled Orphan. Okay, so that wasn't really all that bad deck that we have put together, and we have the first victory in here. Well, nice to see indeed. New day, and what do we get? 15 scraps and 5 ore. Okay, so we have basically won 3 games or something. Or won 1 game, not exactly sure. So we are halfway into the next one. We have won 15 scraps. That are, I think, for making new cards or something. Let's check it. Builder not, collection rather. Yeah, it seems like exactly the scraps are going to be for making new cards. Yeah, exactly for crafting. Well, that's that then. And well, since I have finally won a casual match in here, it seems like that is going to be pretty much it for today. I don't really have a friend yet, so that's going to be for a bit later, the friend match in here. And we still have 1 keg, so I guess let's just bust it open before we leave. Open kegs. Yes. Two Northerns, 1 Skellige, and 1 for... whatever. Don't really remember right now. So what is this?
Goody.
We have all 4 whites, unfortunately. Elven War Dancer. Whenever an ambush card is played, add 4 strength to this unit. Interesting.
Wow.
Queen's Guard, yeah, we have that already. On the first spec, and that's Blue Stripes Commando. Add 2 strength to all your other copies of this unit, wherever they are. It's not bad. That's going to be something like I was playing those guys, those Arachnos or the Knights that actually summon the extras from the deck. So something to that effect. Last effect, another Blue Stripes Commando. And basically the same one, but with a different picture. And what do we get to choose here? Wow, Donar... Huh, 3 purples. Donar Anhindar, draw 1 card and discard 1 card from your deck to your graveyard. Interesting. Yevin, remove 2 strength from all other non-gold units on draw. Draw a card. That's because of the card draw. Sorry, because of the card draw, that's really interesting to be having. Silded and Sarvel, remove 4 strength from an opposite or non-gold unit. Yeah, I'm going to take Yevin. That's a very good card to be had. So that was the second keg that I was having right about now. And yeah, you can see 100 ore, we are having the 20 right about now, so still quite some ways off before we can buy another keg. Okay then, so that has been pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the first look into the closed beta of Gwent with me today. And we managed some victories, made some new decks in there. Well, one was basically preset by the tutorial, second was made by us, and it worked in the end quite nicely, even though we have faced some pretty tough opponents with pretty good cards already and pretty good synergies in their decks. All the tutorials have also been gone through at the very start in here, so basically all the basics for the game should be known to all of us, and yeah, Yet again, this was pretty fun, and I think that, well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be returning for more games. This was quite a bit different from Hearthstone. It's a lot more tactical in here, which is definitely something that I prefer as a strategy game player. And yeah, this looks like a pretty fun game. And let's see how this is going to develop further outside of closed beta and into the final release. So in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the game in here, the gameplay and the showing off all around the game. And if you are interested in following me further, definitely do here on the channel, on Twitch/BlackaddersPlays, and also on YouTube/BlackaddersPlays. And I'm having Facebook, Twitter, and all the links are below the stream in the description, or below the video on YouTube in the description as well. So I hope yet again that you enjoy the games. I've been Blackadder at BlackaddersPlays, and see you later.